We are created in the image of God. I believe that is the case. And I think that Christianity explains the problems we have as human beings in this world. Any other worldview does not thoroughly explain, or explain with such accuracy and detail as the Christian worldview. Jesus Christ explained why the human condition is the way it is. If you were to read the New Testament and read the Old Testament, and there you'll find God declaring that human beings are sinful by nature, that we have a fallen nature, that God created us in His image. We are God-like. We're not gods, but we're God-like. Think about this for a second. We have inquisitive scientific minds. We want to figure out how things work. What other creature on planet Earth does this? We take things apart for the sole purpose of figuring out how they work. Think about the human body. We have been doing work on the human body since we've existed. Think about medical history. We've been cutting things apart and opening things up and trying to figure out how this works and how that works, how the brain works. We are inquisitive creatures, and I believe God placed within us the desire to seek Him, to look in the heavens, to look up to the heavens, but also to look deep within inner space. We, with the use of these very powerful electron microscopes, we're able to go deeper and deeper down into the molecular structure, down to the very smallest particle, and see what this world looks like from an angle where our human eye is unable to do so. With the naked eye, we're unable to see the intricacies of the human body. But now we can use the human eye, and with the human intelligence that God gave us, look at and see deep down inside the heart, the mind, the brain, and map these things out. Science is a God-given venture. God gave man this desire to look at the world around us. In the Garden of Eden, God gave Adam the job, the task of naming the animals. And if you think about it, that's what science really is. It's naming things. The art of taxonomy. We name what we see. We put very, very clear names, more clearer and clearer distinctions on what we find in the world. No matter what scientific venue that you happen to have a passion for, it is an art of definitions, defining the terms. And this is the basics, or the fundamental understanding that I have of education. It's learning the terms, learning the definitions, or naming things that haven't been named before. When we see a creature we've never seen before, we have to give it a name. And that's what science does. It goes out into the world, goes out into the wild, and it discovers things, and names things, and plots them, and categorizes them. But you see, when you eliminate God out of the equation, and you say that things pop into existence from nothing, well, okay, not nothing, but they don't have any intelligent designer giving them purpose and meaning. So we're left to place purpose and meaning however we want to concoct it on the naturalistic things that are in the world. So you really have no basis after you've looked at the human eye, or dived into the brain, or been working on the valve systems of the heart. When you go home as a naturalist, as an atheistic naturalist, you go home and you look into the eyes of your daughter or your wife. You're just looking into the eyes of a lump of flesh and bone. And there's really no intrinsic meaning behind these things that you love so much. You see, there's a problem here. If there's not a higher power, a higher authority that governs this world, what we're left with is just subjectivism, pure subjectivism. You make up your rules, I make up my rules, and the strong survive. Whoever is stronger, who is ever more influential, who can dupe the masses more. But if you believe in God, then God is the final code of arbitration amongst men. And we are all held accountable. Even though men may not see what we're doing, God sees what we're doing. And I believe God loves us. He has obviously He loves us. Otherwise He wouldn't give us life and give us so much. I know this is a lot to take in, but think about it. You have an inquisitive mind. Where did that come from? Evolution can't explain that. Until next time, God bless and love to you all.